Marti. Huge win, only 3 points from the playoff places now. You must be happy with the performance and the result.
Exactly that. I'm very pleased about not only about the win, because we spoke with the guys before the game that it was very important to bounce back, especially at home. Felt it was a bit harsh for the team to get 0 points from the last two games. I'm not saying that it was everything perfect and brilliant, but perhaps it was a bit too harsh. But that's the reality, and I think it was very important for us emotionally to get back at home and to have a good performance. That's why I'm very pleased, because it's not only about the 3 points against a very good team. I think that Blackburn show why they are on the table. Good team that every time they were in the last third, you could see that they were dangerous, but especially the way we performed for many minutes. I would say the first half was brilliant football. I really like it. The beginning of the second half was more difficult, but the way we pick up ourselves after conceding the penalty and get back into the game, and yeah, the bench impact once again, and I'm very happy.
Marti, can you just elaborate a little bit about the defensive unit tonight? Jimmy Dunne, Steve Cook, Ronnie Edwards playing with Steve Cook, and Kenneth Powell at the back. I think that's the first time you've played with that back four.
I don't know. We played so far 31 games. I don't know how many times we had to change the backline, unfortunately, because it's something that usually, for instance, when you look at our performance last season, especially the last few months of the season, we were very stable on that. We had a lot of injuries this season. So I give a lot of credit to all these players, the players that today didn't play as well, because it's not easy to change centre halves every second game, and that what happened. It's true that now we got Liam Morrison back, that Fox has been playing at really good level as well, helping us with his experience. But I think that today everybody performed at really good level. We knew that Ronnie is a player that with his quality in possession can help us to play in different positions. You know how good Jimmy has been playing on the right. I think that the fact that Cook is back after his injury, probably earlier than what we expected, but credit to him that worked hard to get back, give us his experience, his capacity to defend the box, and I think Ken is playing on the last game at really high level. So the overall performance, even on the last minutes when we had to play, or we decided to play with a back five with Foxy, because we knew that Blackburn was playing then more direct with the last few minutes with a lot of players in front of the ball. I think that it was not easy to pick between Liam or Foxy, but yeah, I'm very pleased for performance, not only on the back line but everybody else.
And the other change that you made was you played Kieran Morgan a little bit ahead of the back four and not in his usual position. How did you think he fared tonight in a different role?
See what you say. We usually speak in the midfield. We have these three roles, what we call the number six, that is more a positional midfielder. Then we have the number eight, that if you want is a bit more box to box, someone that can drop to pick up the ball in the what we call the base. And then the number 10, that is usually someone who is more focused in the pockets to play more a little higher. So we got these three roles. Kieran has been playing in the beginning when he started to play with us as a number 8, which in my opinion is his natural position. Then we decided to play him as a number 10 because at some moment John and Sam were doing a very good job playing as a 6 and as an 8. We know that with Kieran playing as an 8, we gained some things in a game like this one that was very demanding in terms of second balls, in terms of direct balls from Blackburn. Obviously, to play with Illy and Kieran was a bit more challenging, but instead in possession, obviously everything is more fluid. And if I have to take a decision, I always, depending on the game, of course, the situation, but I like that. So I think that both Kieran and Illy did a fantastic job, helped by the fact that Sam was very good as a number 6. So not easy, but that's the kind of luxury problems that we want to solve. It was not easy for me to drop out Jonathan Varane today because he has been doing well at the same time. Jack is getting back. Very pleased for him to play not only for the goal but to play at the level he played during the minutes he played today.
Marty, almost exactly 3 months ago you were rock bottom after losing at Leeds. The turnaround's been tremendous, and the spirit inside tonight, as you say, after conceding the penalty, also after maybe going in thinking you should be well ahead, the spirit was tremendous.
Yeah, credit to, as I always say, at the end we're here to help the players. Credit especially to them that they kept believing, they kept working hard in the training ground. So it's a good achievement, but we want more. We need to keep working. It's 14 games left, and the players need to keep pushing because nothing is decided. Credit as well to the fans. They were incredible. They were supporting us, crowded in a Tuesday night. The stadium, the atmosphere feels fantastic at the moment. And I'm very pleased when we play at the level that we played today for many minutes. The challenge, hopefully, is to play, I would say, especially the first half. I think we did really good things. Hopefully, we can maintain that over 90 minutes. But that's something that is difficult in a league like this. That as well is very emotional, that we play against a good team. So the beginning of the second half, they were really strong. They scored a penalty. And what I like is the resilience of this group. The resilience that we showed during the season, those bad moments that we had, is definitely helping us. We have growth through the pain, I would say, through suffering a bit some months ago. Now we're a team that mentally we are more prepared to change, to turn situations like today, where after the penalty for 5-10 minutes, perhaps it was 5 and I felt that it was 20. Well, I don't know, for some minutes, I think that Blackburn was really pushing. So credit to the players and the fans.
And Jack, of course, 5 minutes on the pitch.
Yeah, brilliant strike.
Bit of experience there as well. He was cool, and the shot, the keeper actually helped it in the net. He couldn't do anything about it.
I would say that we created chances enough, to be honest, especially in the first half. I felt that the 1-0 was a bit short, despite they got a very clear chance with the crossbar in the beginning of the game. But we spoke with the players that we had to keep pushing and try to score another goal because Blackburn got the quality. I think that Jack helped us a lot when he came in and showed his experience, not only in possession, not only in the goal, but as well the last minutes when we switched with a back five. It was very important to have this balance between picking the second balls but not staying too low, because we had to delay the way they build up the game. Otherwise, we could be too flat. And I think that he did excellent. He's an experienced player. It's a pity that he missed this amount of games with an injury that he picked at Sheffield Wednesday in a moment that the team really needs his experience. But now he's back, and it's always a pleasure as a manager.
Just with your attacking changes today, we saw Chair coming in a more central role and having Smith and Seisel on the wings. Just wanted to get your thoughts on why you did that today, basically.
Well, for different reasons, because I felt, first of all, that Koki was playing really well the last games and that we really wanted him to start the game. I think for us it's very important always to have this player that can run in behind. That's why it's so important that either Smithy or in that case now Young can be in the pitch. Sometimes then the way we pick the strikers is a challenge for us because everybody is doing really well. For me, it's very harsh today to not give minutes to Ryan Colley. But yeah, we've tried to decide in every game who we think can play at the front. I think that Michi today had superb 60 minutes. At the end, he was a bit more tired. We felt that the way the game was developing, Alfie could give us a lot of energy, a lot of pace in behind. Actually, Alfie played really well against Millwall, but he was a bit sore in his groin. That's why, as well, one other reason to try to rotate a bit. And then, Ely, we know that since I came here, he has been playing a lot as a left winger, but it depends a lot who is in the number 10. In that case, we know that he can do it. And as I said, I think that everybody at the front did really well.
Marti, obviously, Jimmy Dunne back in the side today. I thought he was, back to what we've seen from him all season. But the fans certainly enjoyed that. There seems to be a real sort of bond between him and the fans here.
Yeah, definitely. He's a very important player for us. I'm happy that he performed at the level he performed today. That after all these days of speculations, he's still a QPR player, and I'm happy about that. I think he knows how much I value him. I think that he knows how much the club and the fans value him. And it's just good news that he helped us to win the game today, that he was back on the pitch, and he will be with us for the next games.
Sure. And in terms of Jimmy Dunne, window's closed now. Do you feel like it's a priority then to try and get him tied down to that new deal so you can avoid that speculation ahead of the summer?
I think it's going to be a speculation with a lot of players that are out of contract. That's normal in football. I think when I look back, how was the January window last year, and how it has been this one, I think it shows some progress that we have done as a club in terms of different rush, different matureness, I would say, on the way we afford it. It was very important for us in this January window to get Ronnie early in a moment that both Steve Cook and Liam Morrison were out. Lucky for us, both of them were back a little bit earlier than predicted, so credit as well to the medical team that worked well with them, and now have a very good competition. So that's the kind of position that any manager wants to be, to have a lot of problems to pick the 11. And what's going to happen in the next months, I cannot predict, but see a team that is committed. I see players that are committed, and everybody wants to look forward and try to win the next game. That's the most important.
But you'd love to keep Jimmy here long term if you could.
I love to keep the good players. I love to keep the players that believe in what we are doing. And yeah, obviously, Jimmy has been very important here, so I guess that you can understand.
And just finally from me, talked about Ilias Chair in that more central role. It felt like he did everything but score today in terms of he was everywhere, particularly in that first half. Does it excite you that you know, we probably haven't seen the best of a goal scoring Ilias Chair this year, but you guys are now so close to the playoffs? If that clicks, you know, that could really be the thing that takes you that next step, a player of his quality back to the sort of goal scoring runs we've seen from him in the past.
Look, first of all, Lily is such an important player for us, whatever he plays. Second, unfortunately, it's true that when you look at the stats, it's a very unusual season for him because he picked not one, but two important injuries. So it has been very unfortunate for him and for us. What is good is that the team has managed to survive, I would say, despite not only his absence, but many other important players. Now we're in this position because everybody worked hard, and the next target is to win Coventry. So every time I hear about something else, let's see where we are when we have 5 games left, because a few days I was at home against Millwall and everything was disappointment and everything was looking down and a lot of players were bad. Suddenly today, a lot of players that were really bad after Sheffield and Millwall are amazing today. So I know this song. Let's keep working. Let's make sure that we have feet on ground. We're going to play against a lot of good teams, 14 games left. It's still a lot of points to play, and then we have 5 games left. Let's see, 5 games left. Let's see where we are. The important thing is that hopefully we are not in the same situation when it's 5 games left that we were here last season. That's important.
Thanks, Marty.
Cheers. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.